Hey, so I'm back. I am on Life Path 6. Life Path 6. So I had a call and I love the person I was talking to. Like I lost that track of time and I'm all happy. So I'm like, I messed up with Life Path 6. So I'm gonna have to start it all over from the beginning. So and then we're gonna go into life path numbers. What is your life path number? How do you calculate your life path number? Basically, you take the date of birth, numerical value, add all the digits together by category, that's the year, the month, and the day, and keep adding those digits together until you end up with one digit. That's how you get your life path number. So, and then with this, I know it's a lot of talking, it's a lot of information. So, like, you don't have to watch the video. You can just set it down. You can listen to it. Just listen to it. Maybe you can find some things that you can relate to if that is in reference to your life path. Or if you just want to go straight into the article, you can tap on the description box and it'll have the article right there, Life Path 6, and it'll take you to it and then you can read it for yourself. But I'm pretty much going to read it read it word for word so that you can get an understanding of it if you don't want to read. I'm also going to include the birth chart with Cafe Astrology, so that's also going to be in there too. So if you want to check out your birth chart, you can tap on the Cafe Astrology link and it'll take you to your birth chart information. It is free. You don't have to pay for anything. It is free. So I'm going to go straight into the article. I'm using Creative Numerology article, and we are on Life Path 6. I keep touching it, so every time I touch it, I move the screen. But Life Path 6. Life Path 6 is the path of balance. Balance. Okay, so here we go. As a child, I knocked the camera. As a child and young adult, responsibility was always there on Life Path 6. You may have rebelled against it, feeling overwhelmed by family or domestic duties, and those who knew you in your youth may now be amazed at your transformation into such a responsible adult. Remembering your own childhood circumstances will help you understand today's young people, which is very important if you have children of your own. If not, you will find many of the adults in your life are in some way your own children. Let me see. I think my lighting is like mad bright. Is that a little better? Yeah, I think the lighting was like bothering my eyes. So as a young adult, you've always been responsible. Life Path 6. You've always been responsible, and now as an adult, people look at you and they're like, "Oh my God! Like I can't believe that's this person from way back when," you know. But people change, we grow, we heal, we evolve, we get better, we become better humans. So that's Life Path 6. You will learn a lot about parenting in this lifetime. But you're also here to create, to learn that creativity has many forms. And it's not confined only to creating a biological family. Creativity comes from the outward expression of what you're feeling inside through your connection to family. Many creative lessons will be learned. Your parents and the circumstances in which you were raised are likely to have a major effect on you. They may be hard lessons to learn here. Perhaps you blame a parent or sibling disproportionately or feel accountable to them well into your adulthood and even after they have passed away. Like, damn. I love people, I love family, my children, but inside myself is a place where I live all alone, where I renew my springs that never dry up. It talks a lot about parenting, your life, and growing up, Life Path 6. So all of this affects your way of being, the way you turned out as an adult. You cannot stand to have your loyalty questioned, and it can be difficult to distinguish genuine love from guilt and blame. The Life Path 6 teaches you that you are primarily accountable to yourself, that family members and relatives do not own each other, and that love thrives when it's able to flow freely in all directions. You are walking a path of responsibility, but you are not responsible for everyone and everything you encounter, including family members. Family relations are important to you, as is relativity itself. Each step you take is directly related to the last one you took and the next one you will take. So this is pretty much saying that everything that you do now in this life at this moment, it affects your future. Whatever you did in the past, it affects your present and it affects your future. So it's like being mindful of it, and you're not responsible for other people. Like, just focus on yourself, take care of yourself, your life. Focus. you know One of the main lessons in Life Path 6 is that of balance. You're walking a path which is divided into 3 lanes. The middle lane contains the energies of love, peace, belonging, and caring, and provides you with impressive abilities to teach, heal, create, nurture, entertain, and solve problems. On either side of life's extremes, I'm sorry about the noise. I am in New York City. I am in the Bronx and it is noisy. I'm sorry. I think I've said this in every single video. In every single video I've made today, you hear the city noise. I am so sorry. I have no control over it. Here we go. Back to the article. On either side are life's extremes: unresolved misunderstanding, hatred, control, greed, conflict, cruelty, and dependency. Some Life Path 6 people were born between the 2 extremes, in that the personalities or circumstances of the parents or families were opposite. This true. It can be all love or it can be all hate, and it's like you gotta find a balance. You will venture into the extremes from time to time, but you will not be happy there, and you will yearn to return to the stability of Life Path 6 center path. You focus on love, peace, healing, and understanding. These are elements that will make your journey for Life Path 6 outwardly and inwardly and successful. Outwardly, that's your outside life, and your inside. You have to find a balance to everything: family, friends, everything. Of course, anyone can walk a 3-lane path and stay centered if that is all they have to think about, but yours is more arduous test. Arduous. As life continues, you will amass responsibilities and circumstances which have to be identified, sorted, adjusted, and juggled so that you can maintain your balance. Many of your duties will be pleasant, some will not. Much of the weight you find yourself carrying may turn out to be the responsibilities of others that have somehow landed in your lap. You are responsible for your own life, and those situations and people you have created. When you are free of responsibilities that are not yours, your capacity to give and receive love expands significantly. So I say this in all of the videos so far: release what doesn't serve you. Don't take on other people's burdens and problems and no. You have to focus on yourself and deal with your own mess. Like, you don't have to carry other people's burdens. Like, no, you want to have your life fulfilling and nice and good. You can't sit here and focus on everybody else and you forget about yourself. Like, no, that's not how it works. Did I say I'm Life Path 6? I'm Life Path 6. So all of this is relatable to me. But I'm going to continue. The Life Path 6 gives you the power of magnetism. You will attract whatever you focus on more easily than most others, which has obvious drawbacks. Focus on danger and you'll end up in dangerous situations. Focus on nickels and dimes and that's what you'll have. Focus on others' shortcomings and you'll be surrounded by negative behavior. Look for problems and you will attract them. Try to focus on good in others and replace old judgments with new and more realistic understandings. Allow others to live their lives without your constant input or criticism. So that's what it is. I always try to stay positive. I say that all the time. Stay positive, stay focused, and a high vibration. Like you want to attract good things into your life, so you have to stay positive. Don't be negative. Don't speak negativity into your life. You always stay positive. You are one of life's natural entertainers. Life Path 6. People are attracted to your exciting aura. There you are, walking through life on a high wire, perfectly balanced and at ease. Of course, you have a variety of safety nets securely in place. After all, you are responsible for yourself. This is why you are usually able to bounce right back anytime you fall. Others will help you regain your footing because they love to watch your clever act. Others will help. What a show you can put on when you are balanced. What a brilliant display of inner beauty you exude when you are juggling your own steps instead of someone else's. What a positive example you set when you're doing what you love in a state of balance. You are a superstar, a natural entertainer, artist, and host. Your personal world, perhaps the whole world, is your stage. Just remember that balance does not mean uniformity or stagnation. It means arranging things in a way that enables energy to move freely. Balance is a constant adjustment. So you have to stay balanced. Like you can be entertaining, you can be a host, you can be doing all this stuff, but you have to remember to stay balanced. On Life Path 6, you must develop a clear idea of what you desire from life. You have to know what it is you want, where you're going in life, so that you can focus on that and not get distracted. Otherwise, you will find yourself accumulating unwanted responsibilities just because you were standing there with nothing else to do. While you have unfulfilled dreams of your own, you need to volunteer, must be curbed, unless, of course, it is your dream to volunteer. Excuse me, that took a minute to do because I would always help other people and then I would stop. I wouldn't do things for myself because I'm so busy doing things for everyone else. And it's like, you know what? I had to start saying no. Like, no, I can't do it. Don't ask me. And just focus on myself. You are a natural teacher, Life Path 6, who can show others how to take care of their own needs, to be responsible for themselves, and that life does not punish but produces consequences for one's judgments and actions. I always talk about karma. Just as you cannot remain balanced on this path while you're struggling with other people's burdens, you can also trip up if you become too judgmental, arrogant, or greedy. A tendency to look for faults and problems can cause you to neglect your own basic needs or to interfere in other people's lives in the belief that you can somehow save them. You cannot save everybody, and you can't be nice all the time. Like, you have to release what doesn't serve you so that you can have a fulfilling life. It is a humbling experience when a 6, Life Path 6, is told to butt out of someone else's business. This will happen at least once in your lifetime. Others resent a know-it-all and judgmental attitude, but you will not get lost in this extreme for long. You will need the stability of loving relationships. You pride yourself on giving sound advice, and you can be hurt when your input is ignored or belittled. You quickly learn the arts of listening, diplomacy, and right timing. You really want to understand things. You know that it is impossible to understand something that you have not experienced. This applies to your relationships too. You can live a lifetime with someone and not know them because a barrier exists which prevents you from feeling who they really are. Or you can meet a stranger and know this person immediately. The quality of your relationships is determined by the extent to which you let go of judgment and open yourself to the one on one experience of the individual involved. So it's like you have to be open to each other, which brings us back to family. Ugh. To understand is to familiarize. Familiarization within your own family is where the lesson begins. Life will teach you that rules, staunchly upheld traditions, and the inability to accept that everyone changes as their lives unfolds. Hold back the process of familiarization, and as you now familiarize yourself with your life path 6, you will start to realize just how much you desire to be familiar with so many different aspects of life. You came into this life to understand and teach. You possess a responsible approach and have impressive problem-solving skills. You may not always welcome those who look to you for solutions, but your nature is parental. You usually oblige them graciously as a part of the flock you must guide. However, you will treat them not as the children they appear to be, but as respected equals with whom love and pleasure is shared, or for whom you may have something to learn. Deep relationships are formed equally, is another form of balance. So you treat everyone equally, you love everyone, and you help everyone. You treat them all the same. Everyone is all the same. That parental guidance, like everyone is like your baby. Like you want them to do well, you want them to succeed. You want them to be great. Wait, I need water. Okay, I had to get some water. This is a lot of talking. But I'm gonna get right back into it. We are on Life Path 6. You are learning about the influence that individuals have on each other, and you will form many relationships. Each will affect the other, and this is where your balancing skills are tested. Loyalty is one of your greatest attributes until you must choose between two alliances. You will learn that your relationships are yours and that not everyone in your circle is going to get along. Your magnetism, your charisma, is what draws people to you in the first place, and it is developed by exuding outwardly the desire for peace that you feel inwardly. This desire creates an energy that tells others that peace is your objective, and they cannot help but respect you for this. When used correctly, the power of magnetism has a calming effect, which encourages peace in others too. When you are genuinely in this balanced, peaceful, and non-judgmental place, you are able to spread peace and create an atmosphere of purpose and mutual respect. Okay, Life Path 6. So that's a good aspect, magnetism, and you like peace. There was, I think, a meme. It was like, you want peace or you want problems? Or there was this guy. He was like, I don't want peace, I want problems. I'm like, oh my God, he's crazy. Like, I want peace all the time. Back to the article. This is why you're thought of as a stable one, the advisor, the problem solver, the leader, and the peacemaker. It is why you are able to command the respect of others, even though they may not be able to pinpoint why they respect you so much. When your friends become your family, they will want to help and protect you at all times. I'm like, okay. There may be times when others turn against you or even hate you. Oh, that happens. Times when your inflated ego wants to control everything, or when you are being judgmental instead of using good judgment. At these times, Life Path 6s are regarded as control freaks and are tyrants who are opinionated, aggressive, irresponsible, interfering, bossy, and prejudiced. Others become disappointed or even afraid of you when you lose sight of your own loving nature. Oh my God. You will encounter difficulties in relationships if you preach peace and love while holding in, denying your true feelings. When Life Path 6 loses their balance, they are indeed imbalanced individuals. So you always try to stay balanced. I think Life Path 6, maybe you could have been this way at a younger age. Then you grow up and you be like, I want peace. I don't want to be in problems. I don't want to be in a mess. And you choose peace. Be honest with yourself as to what you are feeling. You may believe that it is impossible to love if you're feeling hate. But the truth is that you cannot love genuinely if you do not express outwardly. Any hatred you may be holding inside, it is impossible to remain balanced while carrying the weight of unexpressed feelings. You desire stability and approval. You need to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance within your home, family, and community. You like clearly defined rules and tradition which embrace security and enable you to play a parental role, but do not expect others to play by your rules. Those are your safety nets. So rules are your safety nets. So you do follow rules. They are your safety nets. Be like, okay. Many Life Path 6 do not believe they are governed by tradition, conservatism, or rules until they realize just how much they are motivated by a sense of duty and a need to do the right thing. You may not be traditional on a broad sense of the word, but within your family circle and a friend, between your family and circle of friends, there are many traditions you do not wish to change. So probably some things that always go on in the family, you don't want to change those things that you're familiar with, but you don't always follow traditions. Okay, 22 minutes in. Oh my God. On Life Path 6, your home is your castle. You are responsible for it and for those who live in it. You are the ruler, the chief, the caregiver, problem solver, healer, educator, and provider. You expect total cooperation and cannot understand why others don't appreciate that what you do is for them. But this causes guilt and resentment for all concerned when you're not doing what you need to do for yourself. That is true. Those on Life Path 6 are often involved in situations where justice is questioned and analyzed, or where laws are staunchly upheld or defiantly broken. Be careful not to develop extreme approaches when it comes to justice and judgment, rules and regulations, right and wrong. It is here that many Life Path 6 meet their downfall. In order to remain balanced, you will have to take a center position and assess the relativity of all factors. You know only too well that no law can be absolute and that real justice takes place on a much higher plane. It's all spiritual. Everything is spiritual. If you can't change something, then just walk away. It'll change when it's supposed to. But maybe when you're there, it's not going to change. And maybe when you leave, that's when things will change. I always leave. Any terrible situation, I leave. My job, my whatever, I'm out. I can't deal with it. When you enforce your rules on others, you lose your balance because you become dependent on their cooperation. And when you realize how unstable this makes you, the fear of losing control produces dictatorial behavior, or you become pessimistic and timid. Either way, this creates an emotional paralysis which prevents you from progressing. It also causes you to seek the advice of so-called experts who may be less informed than you. Okay. You are here to learn about and exemplify balance, home, family, and community. You have much to do with your aspirations. It is from these experiences that you will recognize that the world is also your home and that everyone on earth is your family. It is only in balance that humanity's love can flow freely. Okay, we got two more paragraphs. You were born with judgmental tendencies. Like, I'm not judging you. Like, I don't judge anybody. Like, I'm neutral. I keep it neutral. You were born with judgmental tendencies. Life Path 6. Oh my God. To learn how inaccurate judgment can be. Okay, so maybe I could judge judges or judge judgment because I think that they're judging wrong. So, you were born to experience control over others, to learn of its futility. You were born to take on responsibility, to learn about freedom. And that is not freedom from responsibility that you desire, but the freedom to take care of your responsibilities with ease. You don't want problems. You want everything to just flow. You were born with the gift of magnetism, to attract others to your entertaining example. You were born to understand the creative process and to teach those understandings to others. You were born to make peace so that life can continue. Oh, what a spectacular mission yours is. I'm so sorry. This New York City. This is New York City. The Life Path 6, this is the last paragraph. Life Path 6 can be confusing walk at times, a path of changing realities, duties, and loyalties. But it can also be a journey of beauty and love if your intent is to protect and beautify life. Intent is an awesome power. It is the fuel that drives you through life and the gauge that sets your direction. No matter how many wars or misunderstandings you encounter or even partake in, if your firm intent is for peace and understanding, the necessary lessons will be learned and Life Path 6 will take you where you want to go. So that is it for Life Path 6. So I'm going to include the link in the description box. And I know it's a lengthy, like it's long, but Life Path 6 is a path of balance. And always lead with love. Thanks for watching. And I have 7, 8, 9. I got 3 more to go. So I'll see you later. Bye.